catch the house on fire if I turn the water on.
We still have a few more details to tend to.
A majority of plumbing systems are going to have debris in the water lines.
Are you ready?
The thin set that was holding the tile in was weaker than the thin set that was used to hold the sink to the tile. Because of that, the tile stayed on the sink during removal, and trying to remove the tile from the sink caused even more collateral damage to the tile.
Unfortunately, we have no other choice but to remove the tile countertop.
It must be my birthday. There's no better way to start the day than to tear shit up. So let's get started with the demo. We've mentioned using buckets to carry the removed tile out of a workspace and makes it easy to dispose of. But if you don't have buckets, and let's say you're a fur baby parent, you can always use the weaved plastic bags that pet food comes in. These are strong enough for obvious reasons, and they seem to do very well as far as demo bags.
While we are removing the existing tile countertop, we have tasked the customer with making the choice regarding a new one. Unfortunately, due to the immediate need to install it, we will be limited to what is locally in stock.
I say we should just use some fancy paint and slap it on the plywood and let it be.
Oh my God.
Come on, Bubba. You should know better than to think that that's what the customer would want.
The decision was made to replace it with a laminate countertop, which comes in several colors, patterns, and sizes, and is relatively easy to install.
We purchased an 8-foot laminate countertop and will need to cut a section to 58.5 to fit the cabinet. We make a mark at the front and back and apply a strip of painter's tape over the marks. Then we make our marks again on the tape and use a straight edged, in this case, a 2-foot level, to draw our full line. Make sure the line is transferred to the front lip and the backsplash and the bottom side of the countertop too. You may not use all the marks that are there, but if you do need them, you'll be glad you did it. The tape is there to make the marks more visible, and it helps to minimize any chipping that the saw blade might cause. The depth of the blade is important too. The rule of thumb is that you only want the teeth of the blade to stick past the material that you're cutting.
Nice and beautiful. And now we want to check our depth to make sure that's going to be good. But 21 looks like it's going to do good. Yep, 21. So now we're going to cut the countertop to depth.
We're going to go with 21 1/8 inches to give us a little play between the lip of the countertop and the front of the cabinet, due to the wall not being completely straight. We're leaving a reference mark on both sides of the countertop to line up the masking tape before making our cut line. The cut line can be made in a few ways. You can use a chalk line, a framing level, drywall square, or even a 2x4, if the 2x4 is straight, of course. Make sure you use the tape on both the top and the bottom sides of the countertop to minimize chipping when you're cutting.
Nice and pretty and clean. So, let's bring this party inside for a minute. Alright, this is what we have going on. We want to take a measurement from the edge of the wall to the end of our boards here. 20 inches. Edge of the wall to the end of the boards. Again, 20 inches. Edge of the wall to the inside of this here. That's 19. Those are our tolerances. That's what we have to work with.
All measurements for the sink should be checked, double-checked, and triple-checked. Paying close attention to where the sink will be in relation to the side walls of the cabinet, the spaces to the front of the cabinet face, and behind the sink, before setting the template in place to mark the countertop for the sink cutout.
Once we have the countertop in, we want to check for level. And we're good. There are a few ways that you can mount the countertop. You can put down construction adhesive on the boards underneath there, or you can screw it into the cabinet itself.
So we're going to opt to screw it in. I'm putting 2 screws on the back side of the sink. Put 1 in the front side.
In addition, screws are also required in the corners at the end of the countertop as well. For best results, checking for and ensuring the countertop is level, and adding shims where needed, is crucial during this process.
You want to use 1.25" screws, and just to make sure that you don't leave any kind of indentation, you want to go at an angle.
The new countertop is cut to size and secured in place. Our next step is to confirm that the sink sets into the countertop properly, and make adjustments, if necessary, before preparing the sink for installation.
Well, I guess I was wrong. This countertop looks a whole lot better than what I was thinking, and it looks really good with that cabinet. Well, Bubba, don't get too attached to it, because we're going to deal with that in another Captain Shorts.